Hello everyone. So in previous lecture we discussed least square estimators of parameters of the Latin square design model. So in today's lecture we will discuss some expressions for ith row mean, then jth column mean and kth treatment mean, and then we will discuss expression or derivations for variance of these least square estimators of LST model. So let us discuss these expressions. Now we will discuss some expressions about ith row mean, jth column mean and kth treatment mean, and last one is grand mean. So our first statement is for ith row mean. So the statement is xi dot dot bar equals to mu plus alpha I plus epsilon I dot dot bar. So we know LST model. So with the help of that model, we find this statement or we prove this statement. So when we solve expressions for variance of least square estimators, we use these expressions. Okay, means we use value of xi dot dot bar is mu plus alpha I plus epsilon I dot dot bar. So our second statement is x dot j dot bar, that is jth column mean, can be written as mu plus beta j plus epsilon dot j bar. Then third statement is about kth treatment mean. So kth treatment mean is x dot dot k bar. It can be written as mu plus gamma k plus epsilon dot dot k bar. Fourth statement is for grand mean. So x dot 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 bar can be written as mu plus epsilon dot 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 bar. So to prove these statements, let us consider model used in Latin square design. So our model is xijk equals to mu plus alpha I plus beta j plus gamma k plus epsilon ij k. So give number 1 to this equation. So what is xijk? Xijk is the observation for kth treatment due to ith row and jth block. Then mu is our overall effect, or we can say that it is a constant term. Alpha I is the ith row effect, beta j is the jth column effect, gamma k is the kth treatment effect, and epsilon ijk is the random error, and it follows IID normal with mean 0 and variance sigma square. So in LST model we have three assumptions. So what are the assumptions? First assumption is summation alpha I, summation over I is 0. Then second assumption is summation beta j is 0, and third assumption is summation gamma k is 0. Now we want to prove our first statement. So to prove this first statement, let us take summation over j and summation over k on both sides of this equation 1, that is LST model. So in next step we get in this step we get summation over j, summation over k, xijk equals to. Now here we take summation over k and summation over j into mu plus this summation alpha I plus summation over j and k beta j plus summation over j summation over k gamma k plus this is summation over j summation over k epsilon ij k. Now when we take summation over j and k xijk, we get ith treatment total, that is sum of observations of for ith row, means whatever the observations are present in ith row, sum of that observations is nothing but ith row total. Now mu is a constant term, so summation over j and summation over k can be written as m. So we get m into mu, plus here also alpha is depend on summation I, and here we have summation over j and k. So it can be written as m into alpha I plus. So here we have beta j. So summation over k can be written as m, and take this summation over j to the beta j, plus here also we get m into summation over k gamma k plus. Now when we take summation over j and summation over k epsilon ijk, we get epsilon I dot dot. So we know that assumptions of LST model. So our one assumption is this: summation over j beta j is 0, and second assumption is summation over k gamma k is also 0. So in next step we get xi dot dot equals to this m into mu plus m into alpha I, and these two terms we get 0. So here we have 0 plus 0 plus last term is epsilon I dot dot. Now divide by m throughout the equation. So we get xi dot dot upon m equals to, here we get mu plus alpha I plus epsilon I dot dot upon m. So we know that this ith row total upon total number of observations in ith row is nothing but our ith row mean equals to, mu is a constant, so mu plus alpha I plus. So when we divide epsilon I dot dot upon m, we get epsilon I dot dot 1. So in this way we prove our first statement about ith row mean, that is xi dot dot bar can be written as mu plus alpha I plus epsilon I dot dot bar. So when we find variance for alpha I hat, we use value for xi dot dot bar is mu plus alpha I plus epsilon I dot bar. Now we will prove our second statement. So what is our second statement? X dot j dot bar is mu plus beta j plus epsilon dot j dot bar. So to prove this statement, we take summation over I and summation over k on both sides of equation 1, that is both sides of our LST model. So we get summation over I summation over k xijk equals to summation over I summation over k mu plus summation over I summation over k alpha I plus this summation beta j plus this summation gamma k plus summation over I summation over k epsilon ij k. Now when we take summation over I and summation over k xijk, the term is jth column total, that is sum of all observations of jth column, which is equals to, so mu is a constant, so summation can be written as m into mu plus here also we get m summation over I alpha I plus m into beta j plus m into summation over k gamma k and plus. So this last term can be written as epsilon dot j dot. Under the assumption of LST model, we get this term 0 and also we get this term 0. Okay. So in next step we get x dot j dot equals to m mu plus here m into 0 plus m into beta j plus m into 0 plus last term is epsilon dot j dot. So in next step we get x dot j dot equals to m mu plus m into beta j plus epsilon dot j dot. Now divide by m throughout the terms. So we get x dot j dot upon m equals to mu plus here we have beta j plus epsilon dot j upon m. So this term is nothing but our jth column mean equals to mu plus beta j and this epsilon dot j dot upon m can be written as epsilon dot j dot bar. So in this way we prove our second statement. So when we find variance for jth block effect, that is beta j hat, we use value of x dot j dot bar is mu plus beta j plus epsilon dot j bar, because we know distribution of random error term is normal with mean 0 and variance sigma square. Now we will prove our third statement. Our first third statement is x dot dot k bar, that is kth treatment mean, can be written as mu plus gamma k plus epsilon dot dot k bar. So to prove this statement, take summation over I and summation over j on both sides of our equation 1. So we get summation over I, summation over j, psi jk equals to this summation mu plus summation alpha I plus summation beta j plus this summation gamma k plus summation over I, summation over j, epsilon ij k. Now when we take summation over I and summation over j, xi jk, we get kth treatment total, that is sum of observations of kth treatment equals to, mu is a constant, so summation can be written as m into mu plus, here we get m into summation over I alpha I plus m into summation over j beta j plus m into gamma k plus this last term can be written as epsilon dot dot k. So under the assumption of LST model, summation alpha I can be written as 0, summation beta j is also 0. So we get x dot dot k equals to m mu plus, here we get 0 plus this term is also 0 plus m into gamma k plus epsilon dot dot k. Now divide by m throughout the terms. So we get x dot dot k upon m equals to mu plus gamma k plus epsilon dot dot k upon m. So in this way we get x dot dot k bar, that is kth treatment total upon number of observations of that treatment is nothing but kth treatment mean, equals to mu plus gamma k plus, here we get epsilon dot dot k bar. Okay. So this term can be written as epsilon dot dot k bar. So in this way we prove our third statement. Now to prove our last statement, okay, so our last statement is x dot 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 bar, that is grand mean, can be written as overall effect plus epsilon dot 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 bar. So to prove this statement, let us take summation over I, summation over j, summation over k on both sides of our model 1 or equation 1. So we get this summation xijk equals to this summation mu plus this summation alpha I plus summation beta j plus this triple summation gamma k plus this summation epsilon ij k. So when we take summation over I, summation over j and summation over k, we get grand total, that is sum of all observations, equals to, now mu is a constant, so this triple summation can be written as m square into mu plus, that second term can be written as m into summation over I alpha I plus m into summation over j beta j plus m into summation over k gamma k plus last term can be written as epsilon dot dot dot. Under the assumption of LST model, this summation alpha I, summation beta j and summation gamma k can be written as 0. Okay, so we get x dot dot dot, that is grand total, equals to this m square into mu plus these three terms are 0 and plus our last term is epsilon dot dot dot. Now divide by m square throughout the terms. So we get this grand total upon m square, that is total number of observations, equals to mu plus epsilon dot 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 upon m square. So this term is nothing but our grand mean, that is sum of all observations divided by total number of observations is our grand mean, equals to mu plus this last term is nothing but epsilon dot 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 bar. Okay, so in this way we prove our last statement. So in this way we use these statements, or we use these formulas to find variance of least square estimators. Okay, so to find variance of least square estimators of this LST model parameters, we will see some remarks about error term. Okay, so the remarks are, we know that epsilon ijk follows IID normal with mean 0 and variance sigma square. So expected value of epsilon ijk is 0. Similarly, expected value of epsilon I dot dot, so expected value of epsilon dot j dot and expected value of epsilon dot dot k is also 0. Similarly, expected value of epsilon dot 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 is also 0. Our next expectation is expected value of epsilon ijk square is sigma square. Then expected value of epsilon I dot dot bar square is sigma square upon m. Expected value of epsilon dot j dot bar square is also sigma square upon m, and expected value of epsilon dot dot bar square is also sigma square upon m. So our next expectation is, so here our next expectation is expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar square is sigma square upon m square. Then expected value for epsilon ijk into epsilon I dot dot bar is sigma square upon m. Then expected value of epsilon ijk into epsilon dot j bar is sigma square upon m, and similarly expected value of epsilon ijk into epsilon dot 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 k bar is sigma square upon m. Then expected value for epsilon I dot dot bar into epsilon dot j dot bar is sigma square upon m square. Similarly, expected value of epsilon I dot dot bar into epsilon dot dot k bar and expected value of epsilon dot j bar into epsilon dot dot k bar is also sigma square upon m square. Then next expectation is expected value of epsilon I dot dot bar into epsilon dot 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 bar is sigma square upon m square. Similarly, expected value of epsilon dot j dot bar into epsilon dot 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 bar and expected value of epsilon dot dot k bar into epsilon dot 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 bar is also sigma square upon m square. So we use these expectations to find variance of least square estimators of our LST parameters. First we will discuss expressions for variance of mu hat. So let us consider variance of mu hat. Now what is the least square estimator of mu hat? It is grand mean. So variance of x dot 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 bar. So as we seen in above expressions, this x dot dot bar can be written as mu plus epsilon dot 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 bar. So here we consider variance of this term. Now we simplify this variance, so we get variance of mu plus variance of this epsilon dot 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 bar. But we know that variance of constant term is 0. So here we get 0. and the remaining term is variance of epsilon dot dot bar. Now use formula of variance or definition of variance in terms of expectation. So here we get expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar square minus expected value of epsilon dot dot bar bracket square. So we know that variance of x is expected value of x square minus expected value of x whole bracket square. So here this term is 0 and expected value of epsilon dot dot bar square is sigma square upon m square. So in this way we get expression for variance of mu hat and it is sigma square upon m square. Now we will discuss variance of alpha I hat, that is ith row effect. So variance of alpha I hat. Now we know that alpha I hat is ith row mean minus grand mean. So consider variance of this term. Now xi dot dot bar can be written as mu plus alpha I plus epsilon I dot dot bar minus. This grand mean can be written as mu plus epsilon dot dot bar. So here this mu and this mu will get cancelled. So the remaining term is variance of alpha I plus epsilon I dot dot bar minus epsilon dot 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 bar. Now alpha I is a constant term. So take variance of alpha I plus variance of this remaining term. But variance of constant term is 0. So here we get 0 plus variance of this difference. Now use the definition of variance of x. So we get expected value of epsilon I dot dot bar minus epsilon dot 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 bar bracket square minus consider this square bracket expected value of epsilon I dot dot bar minus epsilon dot 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 bar whole bracket square. Now take square of this bracket. So we get expected value of in open bracket epsilon I dot dot bar square plus epsilon dot 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 bar square minus 2 times epsilon I dot dot bar into epsilon dot 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 bar minus. Now in this bracket take this expectation inside this open bracket. So we get square bracket expected value of epsilon I dot dot bar minus expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar whole bracket square. But here we know that expected value of this term is 0 and expected value of this term is also 0. So this whole bracket term will get 0. So in next step the remaining terms are, so in this first bracket take this expectation inside the bracket. So we get expected value of epsilon I dot dot bar square plus expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar square minus 2 times expected value of this epsilon I dot dot bar into epsilon dot 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 bar minus this last term is 0. So we know that expected value of this term is sigma square upon m plus expected value of this term is sigma square upon m square minus 2 times expected value of this term is also the sigma square upon m square. So in next step we get sigma square upon m minus here sigma square upon m square. So here we take sigma square upon m outside the bracket. So we get variance of alpha I hat is sigma square upon m in bracket 1 minus 1 upon m. So in this way we get variance for alpha I hat. Now we will find variance for beta j hat, that is jth column effect. So we know that estimate of beta j is jth column mean minus grand mean. So take variance of x dot j dot bar minus x dot 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 bar. So this x dot j dot bar, that is the jth column mean, can be written as mu plus beta j plus epsilon dot j dot bar minus x grand mean can be written as mu plus epsilon dot dot bar. So here we get Now this mu and this mu will get cancelled. So the remaining terms are variance of beta j plus epsilon dot j dot bar minus epsilon dot dot bar. Now beta j is a constant term, so variance of beta j is 0. So remaining term is variance of epsilon dot j dot bar minus epsilon dot 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 bar. Now use the definition of variance. Okay. So we get expected value of epsilon dot j dot bar minus epsilon dot 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 bar bracket square minus this in square bracket expected value of epsilon dot j dot bar minus epsilon dot 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 bar whole bracket square. Now we know that expected value of this term, suppose if we take this expectation inside the bracket, so expected value of this term is 0 and expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar is also 0. So we get this whole term 0. Now in first term, so consider square or take square of this first bracket. So we get expected value of epsilon dot j bar square plus epsilon dot 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 bar square minus 2 times epsilon dot j dot bar into epsilon dot 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 bar minus this last term is can be written as like this. So expected value of epsilon dot j dot bar minus expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar whole bracket square. Now in this first bracket take expectation inside. So we get expected value of epsilon dot j dot bar square plus expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar square minus 2 times expected value of this epsilon dot j dot bars into the expected value of epsilon dot 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 bar minus this last term is 0. Now expected value of this term is nothing but sigma square upon m plus expected value of this term is sigma square upon m square minus 2 times expected value of this term is also sigma square upon m square. So we get sigma square upon m minus sigma square upon m square, because here we have sigma square upon m square minus 2 sigma square upon m square. So we get sigma square upon m square. In next step we get this. So take sigma square upon m outside the bracket. So we get variance of beta j hat is sigma square upon m into 1 minus 1 upon m. So this is for variance of beta j. So similarly we find variance for gamma k hat. So what is the estimate for gamma k hat? Gamma k, the estimate is x dot dot k bar, that is kth treatment mean minus grand mean. Kth treatment mean can be written as mu plus gamma k plus epsilon dot dot k bar, and grand mean can be written as mu plus epsilon dot 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 bar. So after taking that difference, and when we solve this expression, or we can solve this expression similarly to the above expression. So we get final expression sigma square upon m into 1 minus 1 upon m. So in LSD case, that is Latin square design, we get estimates for this least square parameters, or these parameters of LSD model is same, that is sigma square upon m in bracket 1 minus 1 upon m. So in this way we get expressions for variance of least square estimators of Latin square design model. Thank you.